YouTube was founded by Chad Hurley and Steve Chan almost 5 years ago. Prior to YouTube, Chad Hurley was the first user interface designer at YouTube and was a fundamental part of the success of the company. He was also the first designer that designed the famous PayPal logo. At YouTube, Chad was the brain behind the user experience and the video sharing concept that turned YouTube to the world's largest online video community that it is today. And with that, I would like to invite Chad Hurley, CEO and co-founder of YouTube, and Meir, Google Israel Country Director, to join us on a fireside chat on stage.
Welcome, Chad.
Thank you. It's great to be here. And let's see, I just got in yesterday, so I'm having a good time so far.
Yeah?
Yeah.
First time in Israel?
First time. First time.
And you've been here less than 1 day?
Less than 1 day, and I'm enjoying the beautiful weather.
What's your impression of our country?
It's rainy.
It's rainy?
No, it's great. You know, I'm looking forward to tomorrow as well. I have a chance to go to Jerusalem, so that'll be fun. But, you know, I'm just glad to be here, you know, in this environment. It is, you know, an environment that's very similar to Silicon Valley in terms of celebrating innovation. And beyond innovation, just having a chance to meet some of our users today at the Google office and to see, you know, the talent, the creativity that these individuals have and, you know, the ability for them to share it on their site. It's been phenomenal.
And when you say it's like this Silicon Valley, you mean the nice fire on the side?
Digital fire.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
So, you know, Chad, first of all, you deserve congratulations. Just last month, YouTube has announced that it is serving over 1 billion videos a day, right? So like 1 in 6 people in the world are watching video.
It's on a video.
Yeah, that's a pretty amazing number. But you know what? I actually wanted to take you back to the early days of YouTube. I think I personally tend to forget from time to time that only 5 years ago, YouTube did not exist. You know, the notion of video on the internet was almost a theoretical concept. And then 4 years ago, YouTube was still a small startup. Yeah. Let's see how it was back then.
Let's do it. Let's take a look.
Of the search results or of the set that the image came from?
Yeah, where it came from, the results. Here's your new key to new on this.
I'm not really proud of YouTube.
Yeah, very build another one.
That's right, I think. Right?
Yeah.
The tube down the...
So, do you remember this?
So that was a kind of a compilation of a few clips that we took along our journey. You know, video site, taking video, it fit, made sense.
But when you started YouTube, really, what were you trying to achieve?
Well, as you can see, just basically in my garage in Menlo Park, it's near Palo Alto in California, Stanford University area. So we just had these ideas of ways that we can make a video on the internet a little bit easier for ourselves, just ways that people could contribute, upload the videos, ways that people could view these videos and then share them with others. So really we're approaching it just from our own personal, I guess, frustrations, is that how could we upload these video files that are sitting on our desktop seamlessly to the web without thinking about the format, and allowing people to interact with those videos, consume these videos without having to think about the media player that was installed on their computers. And then giving a solution that they could take with them. So they could take links, they could take embed code that they could place on their own websites and blogs. So no one was necessarily approaching it in this way. There's obviously video on the web before YouTube, but it wasn't, I guess, as seamless. And it also wasn't as democratic, because really, that's our mission. That's what we're trying to do at YouTube, is democratize the video experience, giving everyone a chance to be seen, to be heard, providing everyone a platform with the same tools to reach a global audience. and not really skewing our efforts to either side, to be it personal or professional content. Everyone gains recognition on our site just based on kind of the ways that the audience would react to it, the ways that they would view the content, share and rate and favorite the content. That's how the videos themselves would rise up. It wasn't us making any determinations. It's sort of how traditional broadcast would work in the past. I mean, they only had a limited amount of time, a linear experience that they needed to program, and so they were kind of making decisions on, what was most entertaining for the people that they were trying to watch. And for us, there is no constraints, no time constraints. You can put everything up there, and then people can interact with it, and over time, it can be discovered and shared with others.
And did you ever imagine YouTube will become what it has become in the past 4 years?
Well, if you notice in that whiteboard, we had the master plan. We had everything plotted out, and we're right on track. We're actually a little below where we expected to be. No, you can never expect that. Again, we were just approaching it from our personal perspective, and lo and behold, we found a lot of other people with similar problems. But this far exceeds our wildest imagination. We feel really fortunate to be at the right place at the right time. We've got a few things right with the product. We're able to associate that with a brand that people could relate to. And people had the cameras. People had the cameras to take the video content. They had the connection to upload and consume the video content. And for us, we feel it's really just the tip of the iceberg that we're doing over 1 billion videos, serving 1 billion videos a day. We're receiving close to 24 hours of content every minute on the site, and both those numbers continue to climb. But I think as you see more people get access to devices, not only to take videos, but to consume it, and primarily TVs as well, being more connected to the online world, you're just going to see an explosion of video being consumed. So.
Right. And then a year and a half afterwards, October 2006, I think it was, you get acquired by Google.
That's right.
And what was appealing about getting acquired by Google?
It came down to the food. They had great food. And that sealed the deal for us. Free food. Now, it was a great fit. Obviously, the price tag didn't hurt, but they had a good culture, and they really kind of understood how we were approaching the market, that we wanted to build a strong community around video, and that we needed to take our time. We still feel like we're competing for an audience, that obviously we've made great strides with advertising in terms of solutions and the ways that you can target an audience on our site. And in turn, that helps our partners, users, and traditional media companies earn more revenue, and that'll increase over time. But we wanted to build a true community around video and make sure we had a great experience for them, and that in the future we'd be able to continue to innovate and take advantage of that fact. But they didn't necessarily want us to change course. I know everyone was wondering, why Google paid so much money for us, and when are we going to, get a return on their investment? But when I was talking to Larry and Sergey and Eric, they were telling us to approach the market of, where will YouTube, where will video be 5 to 10 years down the road? Not where we're going to be tomorrow, next week, or even a year or two from now.
So where will video be in 5 or 10 years?
That's a good question. We've only been around for 5 years, so another 5 is a little hard to judge. But
in Israel, Chad, mobile is huge. I would actually say we're almost a superpower when it comes to mobile, because mobile penetration in Israel is over 125%. Meaning most Israelis, I don't know why, carry more than one mobile in their hand.
Yeah. And you have a great phone.
Oh, yeah, I have.
Do you want to show everyone your phone?
No.
Oh, right.
Do you want to show them?
I just thought you'd want to share. No, it's okay. It's a really old phone. He's embarrassed, I think. You should have an Android phone.
An Android?
Yeah.
An Android or an iPhone? What do you think?
Well, I have to admit, I use an iPhone. But there are great Android phones on the horizon. I've seen them firsthand. I don't know when they're going to make their way over here, but there's a few coming out in the States.
They're coming out. So next month we're going to see a lot of iPhones all over the place in Israel. The mobile carriers.
iPhones or Android phones?
Well,
Or
both.
both?
So
Okay, good.
2 Android phones have been launched in Israel,
Okay.
and then iPhone is going to be everywhere.
All right.
The Israeli carriers, for some reason, decided to commit to huge numbers of handsets.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Committing to a closed system like iPhone. No, right. Yeah. So yeah, mobile is going to be big for us. It's already big for us today in terms of percentages. It's growing faster for us than the website itself. But I think TV is also just a great opportunity that in the future, all television sets will be connected to the internet. Not necessarily through a set-top box, but through Wi-Fi. That buying a flat-screen TV without Wi-Fi, it would be like buying a laptop without Wi-Fi in the future. So I think.
So what does that mean? We'll have YouTube in all of our living rooms on the TV?
Yeah, you have YouTube. You have access to all of the information on the web and other video services. I think how we're looking at the future is that video technology is becoming cheaper and cheaper. It's quite trivial, and we've been in a great position to take advantage of building a large audience based off hosting and streaming these videos. But over time, it's going to be more about indexing, discovering, allowing people to search the entire corpus of video on the web. And I think there's things that we're looking at now that this is where the industry is going to head, and that we want to be in front of it. So these are things that we're working on today, and in the near future will be available on your TV.
Now you have a creative design background, and Ricky spoke about that a little bit. And I was wondering if you can share with us what has changed in terms of the design or user experience on YouTube, and is there anything left to improve it?
Yeah. Well, honestly, not too much has changed. I mean, the basic experience is about searching and watching videos. It's pretty straightforward. We have added a lot of features around those experiences that, in my mind, kind of clutter the site and actually get in the way of what you're trying to do. So things we're actually looking at are how we streamline the experience as it exists today. How do we remove things that aren't necessary, and how do we just primarily focus on allowing people to discover more and more content? And beyond just search, focusing on things like recommendations, different types of discovery, social discovery, so allowing users to connect on the site in more seamless ways, and with other services, Twitter and Facebook included, ways for them to share their activity that they're taking on the site. And that really it's all about just making things faster and simpler. I mean, that's the most straightforward way I can describe it. But there's a lot of room for improvement in my eyes.
Now, YouTube is not only one of the coolest media platforms. It's also one of the most innovative advertising platforms. Maybe you can share with us, how do you see the evolution of advertising in the next 5 years on YouTube or on the video in general?
Well, we continue to experiment with different formats, how people interact with them, and have various opportunities from the home page to the search to the watch pages themselves, where people consume the videos. And it's a combination of different ad systems at this point. And also, third parties that potentially bring their content to the system have the ability to sell that as inventory with their own sales force. But for us, I don't think there's necessarily like a magic answer with the type of format. It's how you're targeting the individual or the user. That's going to make all the difference. Google has proven that if you target ads in a relevant way, you actually improve the experience for the end user. And we hope to do the same thing in the video space, making videos relevant or compelling, a way that they can interact with the ads and not simply just sit back and consume. So it's a great branded experience, I would say. And it's much different than what Google does with their AdWords products. Although I think there's great opportunities for people to promote videos on the site. One of the, again, drivers for the acquisition is that we shared a vision, or at least we were trying to build an ad system ourselves. Google obviously was trying to build a video product with Google Video, and thought it would be better to combine forces and to build a better product for everyone. And that now that people have the ability to get videos on our site, beyond just hoping something becomes viral, they have a chance to promote it, pay for promotion just like they would with AdWords, where you choose keywords and pay for promotion of your website against search results. You can do the same thing on our site. So I'm still optimistic that that's going to be a great way to gain visibility for any brand, product, or user on our service.
Now, you talked about content owner, and it's hard not to talk about copyright when you talk about the internet. And it's obvious that copyright has been challenged by the era of the internet. And I was wondering, what is YouTube doing to help content owners protect their own content?
Yeah. Well, from the very beginning when we started the site, trying to navigate the waters of copyright because it was new to us. I mean, this whole video thing was new to us, but we basically implemented tools that would automate, in the US at least, there's a thing called the DMCA, which is a way that rights holders can notify you that some content's on your site, and then you have the ability to remove it. So we went about automating that entire system, making it more seamless, which used to be more of a paper fax system of ways to remove content, to an automated online system. And that continued to evolve to where we would make things easier. So beyond just identifying content by searching the metadata and finding pieces of content, that content owners have the ability to search audio and video fingerprints, and that they can upload reference material, and over time the system becomes more intelligent. And we scan over 100 years worth of content now, and that continues to grow because we have thousands of partners in the system. But we wanted to do something a little bit different, that it wasn't as black and white as, leave it on or take it off. It was, we wanted to provide more options for the rights holders. So to leverage what was happening within the system, potentially by their biggest fans, especially in the music industry. A lot of people mix music into their home videos, so giving the ability for the music labels to identify tracks with audio fingerprints, and instead of simply removing them, leaving them on the site, either for marketing reasons, understanding how people are consuming these videos, and we've seen bands plan tours around how people consume their videos on the site. In terms of, we have a tool called Insights, which allows you to see different regions of the world where people are consuming videos. Or you can place ads against the videos that you identify and actually earn revenue from that. We share ad revenue from that. So, we thought it was a win-win. It gave the users a free and legal way to be creative, but it also gave the rights holders control to determine how they wanted their content to be used and potentially earn revenue because of it.
So we're getting close to the end, Chad, and actually the last question, I'd like to keep it between us two, so don't share it with anyone.
Okay, top secret.
I'm thinking of doing a career change.
Yes.
And instead of managing Google Israel, becoming the next Susan Boyle.
There you go.
Do you have any tips for me?
Well, you can start right now. Do you want to sing? Do you have a song?
Oh, you don't want me to sing.
This would be perfect.
Show me what you mean.
I don't know. I just watch videos. I don't make them myself. That's why we call it YouTube. It's all about the users. It's not about me.
But really, how do you make a big hit? How do you become a star? Do you have any tips?
Well, there's no magic formula. I think everyone's always looking for that magic formula of, be it a great article or a great movie or a great TV show. What is going to produce greatness? But there's no magic formula. You just never know what's going to take off on our site. And that's one of the great things, because it is a platform that allows everyone to participate, because everyone a chance to be heard, that really the audience makes that decision, that they view this content, share the content, and the videos take on a life of their own.
I guess I'll have to stay in my position.
I think, I don't know, if you have time, we'd have a song right now.
Chad,
no,
thank you very, very much. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thanks.
It was great to have you.
Good.